in this video, this is what it's all about, thinking way outside of the box. If you ever wonder how I bring creativity into business and have the two merge and intersect with one another and forward think outside of the box as much as I possibly can, then watch this video. I was actually not going to post this publicly. I was just gonna, keep this private, but this is a Zoom call that I did with Henry Belcaster, who actually I got the entire concept of Biz 10 from. And so in the beginning, when I mentioned like, oh, this is a great idea that you're doing, it's basically him like opening up what he calls like office hours. I don't think he does it anymore because he talked about how busy he gets, but it's why I started Biz 10, where you and I hop on a 10-minute call just talking about business, thinking outside the box. And so we talk about some incredible topics, things like where VEE came from, the future of video, glasses that Facebook is inventing that allow you to put videos up on any type of surface. And anyways, tune into the video right here, right now with myself and Henry Belcaster.
All right, cool. We're in action.
Yo.
What's up, man? Dude, first and foremost, I just got to say, I love the fact that you have like something like this. I might just shop this off you because I think it's the coolest damn thing ever, just to like totally open the floor.
You should. I don't remember where it came from. It was in like the notes of a book. I don't know. It was at the very end of a book. I did them, and it's brilliant because, well, like I was just telling you, my whole life's recorded. But I don't actually know who my audience is. I don't actually know who's listening. So these are awesome to take 10, 15 minutes and like learn about who's watching my stuff.
I think that's brilliant.
Wacky insights and connections come out of them. So it's fun. And then I pair people up and like match them to different things they're doing and building. So it's
very cool. And when did you start doing it?
Maybe 3-6 months ago.
Okay, gotcha.
And I actually just moved them. They used to be on weekend mornings. I thought that'd be fun. Turned out it kind of became a to-do.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, let's make it lunch hour on a Tuesday and Wednesday when I'm doing nothing else, and
cool.
Like take advantage of some time. So that's cool. But that this isn't about me. Where are you in the world, and how did we get plugged in? I think that's super cool.
Yeah. So first and foremost, I'm in Miami, Florida, but I'm honestly all over the damn place anyways. I spent like the last like month in Maine. My girlfriend's family has a place up there. First time going, well, I'll say this year is my first time going to Maine. Holy crap, it's so beautiful there. I was there
sleep on Maine.
I was there for both February when it was like lockdown COVID, and we were like, let's just go get away. Let's go somewhere different. We were there for like snowy, cold Maine, and then we were just up there for beautiful summer days too. So that was incredible. But yeah, based here in Miami.
Have you been there a long time, or are you part of this like movement into the city for tech?
Kind of both. I grew up in Florida, just two hours and change north of here. Small place called Vero Beach, a really like cool little beach town. I was blessed to grow up there. Then I worked all over the country, New York, LA, San Diego, everywhere. And now I'm back in Florida because honestly, when I was living in San Diego, it was like things got shut down, taxes. I'm making good money now, and I'm like, all right, taxes are about to wax me, so I'm gonna try to get out of this. And Miami just seemed like a good fit. And like you said, there's so much, not just tech, but just entrepreneurs in general who are down here connecting. And it's kind of funny. Like I've met like people in person, but a big part is the fact that even just saying this on a Zoom call, someone else will be like, I'm in Miami too. Where are you located? And then, we'll just link up and have that relatability there. So Miami's a great place. I've been digging it.
Maybe I should come down. I'm like, there's something in the air there right now.
It's worth checking out for sure.
Miami and Austin.
Boston's cool too.
Austin, Texas.
Oh, Austin. Yeah, Austin's popping off. Everybody that I know that lives there likes it. But I will say this, growing up in Florida and looking at Miami, I was like, dude, you can pay me enough money to live in Miami. I was like, no. But over the past like five, definitely within 10 years, Miami has had this just boom in tech and entrepreneurship, but also in just cleanliness. Like I remember coming down here when I was younger and being like, this place is really dirty and ugly, but now like the parks are modern, like you're on the water, it's clean, so it's a nice place to live. Weather's obviously awesome.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sold. I'm coming to Miami. I haven't
You're in
been.
the city, or you
Yeah,
in Brooklyn, or
I'm in Chicago.
oh, you're in
Chicago's
Chicago.
great. Similar reasons. It's like, yeah, there's not as much entrepreneurship here, but man, it's clean, it's quiet, there's great parks. You can get that like hustle and bustle of New York, but you can also completely step outside of it and like, so that's why Chicago's super cool. I don't know.
Totally.
I like the West Coast. What do you do for work? I see you probably are mostly remote, doing stuff online. I'm
Yeah.
curious.
Yeah, so I run a company called VEE, and we specialize in basically helping entrepreneurs scale their brands online through video. Funny enough, it's our specialty, and actually VEE is an acronym because we started as the video editing experts. Wait for it, bang!
Well,
And
yeah, because I
so,
saw that in your email domain.
yeah, and so yeah, we started as the video editing experts. We got linked up with some really cool people. I saw that you got linked up kind of with the whole what do they call it? All in podcast guys. That's so sick. We'll have to maybe
Besties.
talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, similar with us, we got linked up with some really big influencers, people in the space. But yeah, I was able to scale up the video editing experts to become a big company, and now we took that further and don't just help people with video editing. We help them with strategy and actually refining an offer. So when you get people in from your video, are they actually converting at the highest rate? So it's slowly but surely developed like more and more to it, because I'm the first person to say like, do not offer anything and everything. You need to be very specific in the beginning.
That's exactly what we found and it's kind of what drives us crazy about the agency model, where we're like, this company wants this from us, they want something completely different, this other person wants a little bit different type of video. And what we had to say, we're like, just in the last 2 weeks, because we've only been at this a couple months, we're like, nope, shrink this all down. We specialize in one thing. It's making awesome Twitter clips. That is our product. And everything else outside of that is a distraction.
Damn,
So
Twitter. That's so funny. Twitter is outside my norm. Like I actually tell people to not go on Twitter.
right.
Um,
That's all we know how
Twitter?
to do.
Why Twitter?
Just the style of animations we're creating are like super Gen Z, engaging, really honestly, probably to a fault, like just really active, a lot of moving parts. We know that wouldn't perform as well on YouTube. And then the clientele we're working with is like,
Are you
again,
editing them?
tech.
Or
No, we have a team of animators.
Gotcha.
All remote. Yeah, the whole team is in the Philippines.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, the nature of the people we're working with as well, it started this way and now it's matriculating this way, in the fact that they're all like Twitter personalities. So we're just leveraging their audiences there, as opposed to moving over to YouTube. YouTube's a whole other beast. I
Yeah.
think the distribution on Twitter is decent.
That's funny. I'm coming from the YouTube world. That's like our mainstay, and then we'll just repurpose for Instagram and LinkedIn a bit. But the only real thing that we're doing is reformatting, redesigning a bit, and then subtitles are massive for IG and LinkedIn. So
yeah, that too. I think one reason I don't like YouTube as much, I mean, I love YouTube. That's why I shoot a video on there every day, but the feedback loops are longer, right? I'm like, if we put something out on Twitter, it's like,
yeah,
either that thing gets retweeted or it doesn't. People are in the comments telling you what's wrong with it, or there's a typo there, or they like this aspect of, so the feedback loops on Twitter with the style of content we're doing are just practically immediate. So we can get like very quick, and YouTube is like this longer. YouTube seems more archival, right?
yeah. Totally. It's the only platform that's doing at least I would say a very good job at repurposing like older content. Like you can't really go on to Instagram and see a 6-year-old video, but or LinkedIn, or maybe Facebook can show you something from a year ago or something, but YouTube is the only one that's like, hey, by the way, this thing is still rocking. Check this out.
Yeah. So definitely good for that reason. So you are primarily doing that kind of longer format stuff on YouTube for clients.
Yep.
I mean, maybe it's similar to you, but like what we found is the sector you're in and the sector we're in with these kind of tech companies, it's like they have amazing ideas. They all really suck at telling their story.
Totally.
And so probably the strategy you're doing and a lot of what we do is just like teaching these amazing entrepreneurs how to tell their story and how to distill it into a 5-minute video, or for us, a 1-minute video.
Yeah.
It's like the biggest battle. Or, I mean, maybe it's the one thing we're really good at is just telling stories.
I like how your only platform is Twitter. Do you only work with a certain type of person, like only tech companies or only business owners, or more specific than business owners? How does that work for you?
No, it's primarily, I mean, we use budget first and foremost as a way to kind of weed people out. Like our monthly retainer is enormous, and we can really only service people working at that monthly retainer. We just don't have the bandwidth to like operate at the consumer level. So that's one thing. But then I guess in addition to that, what we always tell ourselves is like, whose content will we edit for free? If they weren't paying us, whose would we just edit for free? Because then we won't hate it. Even All In, for instance, like they're not paying us.
Right.
But we love it. We love the podcast. We love being in the same room as those guys. So we're happy to do it for free. So I think just my business partner, Dylan, and I, we just tend to like entrepreneurship, this kind of self-development stuff. So that's generally what our clientele looks like. And then you do something for one of the guys on All In and, they've got this entire fund of portfolio companies that need help making content by, transitive property. They all happen to be in this tech sphere. So that's kind of where we operate. And you're in a similar place?
Yeah, exactly. Same thing. And we work with a lot of these entrepreneurs will have like programs online, as I'm sure you've seen or maybe been a part of yourself. And all of a sudden they'll use us. For example, one of our clients that we've been working with for over a year. I don't know if it's been a year and a half yet, but definitely over a year. Her name is Sunny Lenarduzzi. Do you know who that is?
Sounds super familiar.
She's like one of the queens of YouTube. She has like 500,000 subscribers, but more importantly, because subscribers, I mean, sure, they're important to an extent, but her community, kind of like what you were saying, like I'm trying to figure out who my audience is. She has that so dialed and scaled. It's unreal. So she has, no exaggeration, thousands of her ideal clients who are legitimate clients of hers inside of different communities that she's been able to create. So it's super impressive. And the cool thing is I actually joined her program just out of sheer like inspiration of what she does. And I also wanted to be like educated on how she works. And so I joined her program, and now we're like the go-to for any and all of her clients, like video editing. Yeah, I mean, looking back on it, it was like, this is a great Ponzi scheme. No,
we do the same. We do the exact same stuff. That's great. It's just like, we really look up to these people. Yeah. I know Dylan was in like one of these guys writing courses. It's like, you just get plugged in and start doing their stuff. That's great. And then it sounds like for her, she spins off a video course. You put the thing together, that makes her $1 million. And
yep.
It's like, it's pretty amazing. This creator economy it gets me so excited.
Wait, so I looked up smartnonsense.com, but that's definitely not where you guys host like your media company.
No, Smart Nonsense. I'm like, I don't even know, frankly. I'm gonna check. I think that's like when we started the podcast. If you want to see like how we operate, I would check out smartnonsensemedia.com. That's our rule book. That's, again, like we were just getting beat up by clients, and so we totally repositioned ourselves and make sure that expectations are aligned. Smart Nonsense Media.
I thought I spelled it right.
That's peculiar. Dylan might literally be swapping that domain over right now. I'll just send
All
you the
good.
link. It just forwards to a Notion page. But yeah, we're like, things are moving so fast. We haven't even put together a proper
Website.
portfolio or website. Here, I'll pop it in the chat.
So it's you and him. What's the dynamic like between the two of you?
It's cool. I think, well, I mean, we've been best friends for 6 years, so there's a lot of trust, which is great. I think Dylan errs on the side of perfection. You'll get a lot of this in the rule book. I err on the side of just brute execution, like get shit out fast.
Yeah.
And I think the balance of that, we're both kind of operators. We dually operate. We each handle like half of our clients. But it's great in the sense that I think he really elevates my execution to be better quality. And I pull down so much of his like overwhelm, like when trying to make things perfect, often they just never make it out because it's so overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
I pull some of that down to reality. And I think what we end up with is kind of a great, what's the word?
Balance.
Balance, not balance. It starts with a C. Yeah, whatever. But I think we complement each other. It's not the word. So it's great. It's great. And actually, I mean, right now, what we're trying to do is take these highly engaging things our animators do for Twitter
Mm-hmm.
and turn that into a tool to automate most of what they do, to A, take a bunch of editing off their plate, and B, allow people finally at the consumer level to like tap into what we're able to do. So that's kind of where we're going, smart nonsense tech. But that's a tortuous path.
Very cool. What about that? What about that excites you? What about that like worries you?
It's very worrisome to Dylan. I know, it's just like the scope of what that tech product could be is so enormous to him. To me, what's exciting is,
and is it technically tech if it's like people behind it? You know what I
we
mean?
would automate it. Using machine learning to say, hey, like the subtitling you're doing for Instagram and LinkedIn,
Yeah.
can we use speech to text and make that beautiful using computers? Really hard problem, really technical problem and creative problem. But yeah, I guess what's exciting to me is this fact that I've started a bunch of things in like my kind of short life as an entrepreneur. Never have I seen like product market fit in the sense that so many people, especially on Twitter, where we kind of live, want or need what we're making so that they can better distribute their podcasts, their YouTube clips, repurposing things to socials or whatever. So what excites me is the fact that we can really, if we do it right, allow everyone to edit beautiful video. Not just us who are technical enough to do it. And so I think that's kind of interesting, is if we can just run in that direction, seize this product market fit and build the thing.
To the animation regard, right? Like,
yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Correct.
That's so wild to think about. I was just first off, I've been thinking about that too with our side of things, like the YouTube side. How do you make this like, because here's the thing, we have a pretty big team, which I don't like to disclose that, but we have a large team, and relative, of course, but I've always thought about, well, while I really like these people and I like my team, because a lot of them are super skilled people, and I'm like, well, what if we could automate it? Like, what if it was tech based? And then it comes down to the fact, and it makes me think about all these like robots and AI that's developing art in general, just like canvas, like art. And I'm like, well, they're just kind of basing this off of interests and then creating like thousands and tens of thousands of combinations to see like who will buy. And then they're positioning that in the right place to see like who will buy in certain areas and why they buy, or positioning categories. Like, it's bananas. And so that's when I'm like, well, damn, it is that high level AI machine learning that's going to be needed in order to actually do this at scale. Whoever cracks that code is going to be fucking
it's
super
incredibly difficult. It's incredibly difficult. And there's so much creativity and like subjectivity that goes into this. I mean, the way I put it to our team the other day, this exact same dilemma and this kind of question of ethics. But the way I put it is like, if we can automate 80% of what you guys do, then we all as creatives get to go back and do the things we actually want. You know, like, love our team. Our team loves the work we're doing. I don't think they want to spend a lifetime subtitling Twitter clips,
Right,
and animating captions and like keyframing, like pain in the butt. So we look at it more as like an assistant to what we're doing than this total, like, you know, apocalyptic robots take over.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like we're on the same page with that. It also makes me think of just subjective services in general. You know, having something that is so subjective as video editing or animation, whatever you want to call it. It's like, well, actually, that doesn't look good, or that does look good. How the hell are you gonna?
How do you put that into an algorithm or a formula?
Totally. And if it's under a minute, shit, like honestly, a 15-second long video could be the most intricate edit you've ever seen. I don't know, man.
There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in here. It's hard to tap into.
Yeah.
But cool. Max, I gotta hop here. Great to connect. I love just like putting faces to names. And I think we should definitely stay plugged in as you continue building out your media arm.
Yeah, let's rip it, man. And congrats to all your success. And like I said, I mean, it's cool just to see you like come from the start here. And I feel like we're just two young guys who have a whole damn world in front of us. So
literally,
I'm sure.
How long have you been at this?
So I've been in
VEE.
So I've been in media for 6 years or so. VEE started 2.5 years ago, almost 3 years now. And so we've been at this for a few years, and yeah, it's been fantastic. But the real thing is the future, which is honestly decreasing the size of the team, increasing the output on the other side, which is a weird equation to look at. But I think you and I are kind of thinking the same thing here.
Exact same thing. And I think a lot of people are. Yeah, video might be the next frontier. We'll see.
Real quick, and in 2 seconds, I'm going to explain this. It's wild to think about like Zuck's when he comes from Facebook and he's like, video is going to be absolutely massive. For example, Facebook's main priority is connecting people. But they're like, why are we connecting people through this rectangular screen in front of us or this vertical rectangle screen in our pocket? He's like, what they're really focused on is creating like these glasses with, at this point, just thick enough sides where I can sit down at maybe this desk in front of me and I can play chess with my grandpa in northern Florida or across the world. And he's like, or better yet, what about the advertisers where I'm walking around wearing my glasses, not just connecting with my grandpa, but also like seeing customized ads or seeing ads that like take up different shapes, like the shape.
That's scary.
That or like this arm, you know? Like,
right.
Anyways, I think it's just video is going to be fucking
sounds
nuts.
Dystopian, but wouldn't be surprised if that's at least the route Facebook takes, but much of the world. Yeah.
I think advertising wise, it's definitely going to be regulated AF, right? Like super regulated, but it'd be kind of cool to like watch your movie on your ceiling while you lay in bed if you want to.
Yeah.
Kind of.
No kidding. No kidding.
Anyways, man, I know you have to hop, but it's been a pleasure connecting, bro.
Yeah. Talk soon.
Talk later, man. Peace.
Bye.
So there you have it. There is a full entire interview episode with Henry Belcaster and myself talking about everything outside of the box, especially with video, where we come from and where we're going. If you like this type of video, please let me know. It's a brand new series that I'm launching based off of Henry's idea of what he used to call office hours. Again, I don't think he's doing it anymore because he said it just takes too much time, but I'm running it. I'm like, hey, I want to use Biz 10 where we hop on 10 minutes talking about biz, talking about outside, out of the box concepts. And so 2 things. Let me know if you want to watch more of this content because I'm just going to keep pushing it. I love it. And then number 2 is join me. Hop on a Zoom call with me, one-on-one style. The link is in my Instagram bio. It's every Thursday and Friday at this point, and there are very limited slots. I'm only doing 2 slots for 20 minutes each week, and I'm only opening them a week in advance. So they are flying by, and we've already had about 6 people go through over the past, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So yeah, it's been incredible, and I will see you in the next Biz 10. Thanks.